When I say I work on migrant workers' rights in electronic supply chain in Eastern Europe, everyone goes, why? We thought all the electronics get produced in Asia, but actually it doesn't. Let's say you have a factory in Slovakia. A factory has a need of a large amount of workers for a really short period of time. It's nearly impossible to find those workers locally, so work agencies are gonna look for workers elsewhere. They're gonna organize transportation across the borders, and then they're gonna find accommodation. They're gonna manage their workers. It creates a chain of dependency between the worker and the agency, which makes workers really vulnerable. Travel, their pay, their working conditions, their accommodation is all controlled and managed by the agencies that are often not transparent in terms of their operations. They don't want to talk to you. No, that's industry secret. And therefore, the idea has always been to talk to the workers themselves. We gathered significant amount of interviews with current workers, with former workers, some of management staff who has approached us. We see you have kept on going with your research. We also want to tell you our side of the story. Migrant workers would work very long hours, and it's also they wouldn't know their shifts in advance, so the shifts would be random. There was also a number of illegal penalties, so different deductions from their wage. They would often not get paid for overtime. If they were, for example, ill 3 times, they would just let go. We stayed in the same dormitories. When we finish work, we go home, and that is the sphere that is protected from your employer. This is your private sphere. But if you're a migrant worker, that accommodation has been provided by the agency, and the agencies comes always into that private sphere. It invades. There was one particular group within this group that often just falls out of attention: migrant women who got pregnant. So what happens if they get pregnant is that they will get fired. The media or policymakers, they tend to simplify it. These are evil employers that are taking advantage of their workforce. We actually are focusing too much on the employers. They are using temporary work agencies, and it's caused by the vulnerabilities created by visa regimes or immigrations that then give upper hand to exploit migrant workers. I can gather data, I can make that data publicly available, I can interpret it, and I can say this is what we should be looking at. But in order for my data to have any impact, it's really important to build collaboration with others. So we built collaborations with trade unions, with NGOs, and with a big independent monitoring association that is called Electronics Watch. These have led to audits in the factories that we have researched, establishing of offices that were aiming at improving working conditions, health and safety, and assisting migrant workers. Having identified a group that was particularly vulnerable, we have then paired with a local NGO to produce a website in several languages that would provide information to pregnant migrant workers about their labor rights, about their social rights, and where and how to ask for assistance. My message to you is do not assume that that computer, that desktop, that laptop has been produced in working conditions that are not exploitative. As consumers, we shouldn't make that assumption. We should always inform ourselves what are actually the working conditions in the factories where our gear comes from. And if you're an organization, join someone like Electronics Watch, because they will assist you to gain transparency in your supply chain.